3 months from now, I'd be sitting across from my daughter in a courtroom, watching her testify against the man she once called her husband. But that night, I was just trying to sleep through the pain. It was 1:03 a.m. when the door slammed open. I jolted awake, heart pounding. My living room light flickered. I thought it was a power surge. I was wrong. He came in first, my son-in-law, eyes wild, fists clenched. Behind him, a woman I'd never seen before. Her lipstick smeared, heels clicking like gunshots on my tile floor. I barely had time to stand. "Where is it?" he shouted. I didn't know what he meant. I asked. That was my mistake. He hit me. Hard. The kind of hit that makes your ears ring and your knees buckle. I collapsed against the coffee table. Glass shattered. My cheek met the floor. I remember the smell of her perfume, sweet and sharp, like betrayal. She laughed. I tried to crawl. My hips screamed. My hands trembled. I reached for my phone. He kicked it away. "I told you not to mess with me," he said. "Now you'll learn." For the next 7 minutes, I was a punching bag. No merci. No pause. Then silence. They left as suddenly as they came. No words. Just the sound of my front door slamming shut. I lay there, bleeding, bruised, broken. It took me 47 minutes to crawl to my daughter's house. Every inch was agony. Every breath a battle. When she opened the door, she gasped. Her hands flew to her mouth. She pulled me in, trembling. "Oh my God, Mom. What happened?" I couldn't speak. I just cried. She held me, rocked me, whispered things I don't remember. But I remember her eyes. Wide, terrified. And something else. Guilt? I didn't ask. Not yet. She helped me into bed, cleaned my wounds, called no one. Not the police. Not the hospital. Just silence. And then, at 3:14 a.m., she whispered, "I think I know why he did this." I turned to her. "What do you mean?" She hesitated, bit her lip. "There's something I haven't told you." I waited. She didn't speak. Instead, she walked to her closet, pulled out a shoebox, and handed it to me. Inside, a phone. Not hers. Not mine. His. I stared at it. "Where did you get this?" "He left it here last week." I didn't mean to look, but I did. I unlocked it. No password. The first message was from the woman who hit me. "She knows. We need to shut her up." Sent at 12:47 a.m. I felt sick. The second message was worse. "If she talks, we lose everything. You know what to do." Sent at 12:58 a.m. I looked at my daughter. "You knew." She nodded, tears falling. I didn't think he'd actually. I stood, wobbled, sat back down. "You need to tell the police." She shook her head. "Mom, there's more." She reached into the box again, pulled out a USB drive. I didn't know what to do, but I recorded something. Hier. What? She plugged it into her laptop, clicked a file. Her husband's voice filled the room. "If she opens her mouth, I swear I'll make her disappear." I've done it before. I froze. Done it before? My daughter paused the recording, looked at me. "I think he killed someone." I couldn't breathe. And if you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted completely, you know this feeling. And if you're here right now, I see you. Drop a broken heart below. I whispered, "We need to go to the police." She nodded. "Tomorrow." But I didn't sleep that night, because at 4:22 a.m., I heard a knock on her window. Soft, rhythmic, and then a whisper. "Open up. I know you're in there." I grabbed her arm. "Don't move." She stared at me. "It's him." I reached for my phone, but what I saw on the screen made my blood run cold. A live GPS ping from inside the house. To be continued. The GPS ping was pulsing. A red dot. Inside the house. I stared at the screen, my breath shallow. My daughter's hand trembled as she reached for the laptop. "That's not possible," she whispered. But it was. I turned toward the hallway. The silence was too perfect. No cracking floors. No distentum. Just stillness. Then, a soft click. The sound of a door closing. We froze. I grabbed her wrist. "Do you have anything to protect us?" She nodded slowly. "Dad's old baseball bat. In the laundry room." I limped behind her, every step a reminder of the bruises blooming across my ribs. She handed me the bat. It felt heavier than I remembered. We moved toward the hallway. Her phone buzzed. One new message. From him. You should have stayed quiet. Sent at 4:26 a.m. She gasped. He knows we saw the messages. I whispered, lock the doors. Now. She ran to the front. I stayed near the hallway, bat raised. My heart was thudding so loud I thought he'd hear it. Then another sound. A whisper. From the vent. Don't make me do this. I dropped the bat. Bent down. Who's there? Silence. I leaned closer. And then, a face. I staring back. From inside the crawl space. It wasn't him. It was her. The mistress. I stumbled back. Call the police. My daughter froze. No, not yet. What do you mean, not yet? She looked at me, eyes wide. She's my friend. I blinked. What? She wasn't supposed to be here. I didn't know she'd come. I felt dizzy. You knew her? She nodded. Before they got together. She was my roommate in college. I couldn't speak. She told me things. About him. About what he did to her. I thought she was lying. But then I saw the bruises. Histoire de hair. You didn't tell me. I didn't know what to believe. I turned back to the vent. Come out. Now. The woman crawled out slowly. Her face was pale. Her lips split. She looked terrified. I didn't want to hurt you, she said. He made me. I gripped the bat tighter. Why are you here? She looked at my daughter. I came to warn you. He's planning something worse. My daughter stepped forward. What do you mean? He thinks you're going to expose him. He's paranoid. He's watching you. I whispered, how? She reached into her coat, pulled out a small black device. A bug. He put these in your house, your car, even your purse. My daughter gasped. That's why he always knows where I am. I felt sick. The woman continued. He's done this before. To other women. He manipulates. Controls. And when they try to leave, she didn't finish. I asked, did he kill someone? She nodded. Her name was Rachel. She tried to go to the police. She disappeared. I looked at my daughter. We need to go. Now. But the woman grabbed my arm. Wait. There's more. She handed me a flash drive. Everything's on here. Recordings. Photos. Messages. He kept trophies. I stared at it. Why give this to us? She looked down. Because I'm next. And if you've ever felt trapped between loyalty and survival, you know this moment. Drop a broken heart if you've ever had to choose between someone you love and the truth. We packed quickly, grabbed essentials, left the house before sunrise. But as we pulled out of the driveway, my daughter's phone buzzed again. A video message. From him. She played it. It was footage. Of us. From inside her bedroom. He was watching. And then his voice. You think you're safe? You're not. I'm always one step ahead. I whispered. We need help. She nodded. I know someone. A lawyer. But he's complicated. I asked, complicated how? She hesitated. He used to work for my husband. Histoire de hair. And you trust him? She didn't answer. But what he told us the next morning made everything worse. The lawyer's office smelled like old paper and secrets. We sat across from him, me, my daughter, and the woman who'd crawled out of our vent. He didn't flinch, just leaned back, steepled his fingers, and said, You're in deeper than you think. His name was Marcus. Sharp suit, sharper eyes. Used to work for my son-in-law. Knew things we didn't. He plugged in the flash drive. Watched the screen. Didn't blink once. When the final recording played, he exhaled. This isn't just assault. It's conspiracy. Maybe murder. My daughter whispered, Can we use this? Marcus nodded. If it's authentic. But you need more. I asked more. Physical evidence. Something that ties him to the threats. Something he can't deny. I thought about the bruises. The messages. The GPS ping. Then I remembered something. The bracelet, I said. My daughter turned to me. What bracelet? I looked at the woman. You wore it that night. Red stones. Gold clasp. I saw it when you hit me. She froze. I lost it. I nodded. It's in my kitchen. Marcus leaned forward. If we find it, and it has blood or skin traces. I stood. I need to go back. My daughter grabbed my arm. It's not safe. I looked at her. We don't have a choice. We drove back just after sunset. The house looked normal. Too normal. I unlocked the door. Stepped inside. The air was still. My kitchen was untouched. But something felt off. I moved slowly. Checked under the table. Behind the fridge. Then I saw it. Near the broken coffee table. Half hidden under a rug. The bracelet. I picked it up. My fingers trembled. Red stones. One cracked. A smear of dry blood. I bagged it. Sealed it. Handed it to Marcus. He nodded. This helps. But then he frowned. Wait. There's something else. He pointed to the wall. A small black dot. Near the light switch. A camera. I stared. That wasn't there before. He walked over. Pulled it out. Wireless. Motion activated. My daughter gasped. He's been watching us. Marcus plugged it into his laptop. Opened the feed. The last recording was from 2 nights ago. It showed me. Crawling across the floor. Bleeding. It showed her. Laughing. It showed him. Standing in the doorway. Smiling. I felt sick. Marcus said, "This is gold. But dangerous." I whispered, "What do we do?" He looked at me. We build a case. Quietly. Carefully. And we don't tell anyone. But it was already too late. Because at 11:47 p.m., my daughter's phone buzzed. A photo. Of us. In Marcus's office. Taken from outside. And if you've ever felt hunted by someone who swore they loved you, you know this fear. Drop a broken heart if you've ever had to run from someone you trusted. Marcus stood. You've been followed. I asked, what now? He looked at me. Now we disappear. We packed again. Left everything behind. But as we drove out of town, my daughter turned to me. There's something I haven't told you. What? She hesitated. I think I'm pregnant. I couldn't speak. And it might be his. We didn't speak for the first hour of the drive. The silence between us wasn't peaceful. It was loaded. Her confession about the pregnancy hung in the air like smoke. I wanted to ask questions. I didn't. Not yet. We reached the safe house Marcus arranged. Remote. Quiet. No neighbors. Just trees and gravel and a creaky porch that felt like it hadn't been stepped on in years. Inside, the air was stale. The windows were covered. The power worked. That was enough. Marcus handed us burner phones. No calls. No texts. No social media. You're ghosts now. My daughter nodded. Her hands trembled as she held the phone. I watched her closely. She looked hollow. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the footage. Her husband's smile. The mistress's laugh. My own blood on the floor. At 2:17 a.m., I heard her crying. I walked to her room. Knocked softly. Can I come in? She didn't answer. I opened the door. She was sitting on the floor, clutching her old phone. The one Marcus told her to ditch. I knelt beside her. What happened? She turned the screen toward me. A voicemail. From him. Timestamp 1:04 a.m. The night of the attack. I pressed play. His voice was calm. Too calm. You think you're safe with her? You're not. She's hiding things from you. Things you don't want to know. Ask her about the envelope. I froze. What envelope? I asked. She looked at me. Eyes red. I don't know. I didn't believe her. She whispered, he's trying to turn us against each other. I nodded. And he's good at it. She handed me the phone. There's more. Another voicemail. This one from the mistress. I didn't tell you everything. I couldn't. But if you find the envelope, you'll understand why I stayed. I sat back. My chest tightened. What envelope? I asked again. She hesitated. There was one. A few months ago. He told me never to open it. Where is it? She looked down. I think it's still in the attic. I stood. We're going back. She grabbed my arm. No, it's too dangerous. I whispered. We need answers. Marcus agreed. We'll go at dawn. Quiet. Fast. In and out. The next morning, we returned. The house looked different. Not broken. Not bruised. Just waiting. We climbed to the attic. Dust everywhere. Old boxes. Forgotten memories. She pointed to a shoebox. That's it. I opened it. Inside, a sealed envelope. Her name written in bold black ink. I opened it slowly. Inside, photos. Dozens. All of her. From childhood to now. And one of me. Taken from behind. At a cemetery. I stared. What is this? She pulled out a letter. Handwritten. By her husband. If you're reading this, it means I've failed. But know this, I did it all for you. For us. Because she lied. She's not who she says she is. I blinked. Who's she? She turned the page. Your mother. Ask her about 1993. About the man in the photograph. I felt the blood drain from my face. She looked at me. Mom, what happened in 1993? I couldn't speak, because I knew exactly what he was talking about, and what I'd buried. It was 6:42 a.m. when Marcus finally convinced us to go to the police. I didn't want to. My daughter didn't want to. But the evidence was piling up. The bruises, the bracelet, the recordings, the envelope, and the weight of it all was crushing us. We couldn't carry it alone anymore. The station smelled like stale coffee and disinfectant. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting everything in a sickly glow. I clutched the envelope in my hands, my knuckles white. My daughter sat beside me, her face pale, her eyes hollow. The mistress, her old roommate, stood near the door, arms crossed, trembling. Marcus spoke first. We have evidence of assault, conspiracy, and possibly murder. You need to take this seriously. The officer behind the desk didn't look up right away. He typed something into his computer, sighed, and finally glanced at us. His badge read Detective Harris. His eyes were tired, skeptical. Complicated, he said flatly. That's what this is. I leaned forward. Complicated? He broke into my house. He beat me. He threatened my daughter. He's watching us. Harris rubbed his temples. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying cases like this, they're messy. Family ties. He said, she said. Evidence that can be challenged. Marcus slid the flash drive across the desk. Challenge this. Harris plugged it in. The recordings played. My son-in-law's voice filled the room. The threats. The laughter. The confession. Harris's expression didn't change. He just leaned back, arms folded. Where did you get this? The mistress spoke up. He gave it to me. I was supposed to keep it hidden, but I couldn't. Harris raised an eyebrow. So you were involved? She flinched. Not like that. He forced me. Harris scribbled something in his notebook. That's going to be a problem. My daughter slammed her hand on the desk. A problem? He's dangerous. He's been watching us, following us, threatening us. He killed someone. Harris looked at her calmly. Do you have proof of that? Silence. I whispered. Rachel. Her name was Rachel. She disappeared. Harris sighed. We've had missing persons before. No body, no crime. Unless you can tie him directly, it's speculation. Marcus leaned forward. Detective, you're missing the point. This isn't just about Rachel. It's about what he's planning now. He's escalating. If you don't act, someone else will disappear. Harris tapped his pen against the desk. I'll file a report. I'll look into it. But don't expect miracles. I stared at him. That's it? That's all you're going to do? He met my eyes. That's all I can do for now. We left the station in silence. The word complicated echoed in my head. It felt like a death sentence. Outside, the air was heavy. My daughter grabbed my arm. Mom, what if they don't help us? I looked at her. Then we help ourselves. Marcus nodded. We need leverage. Something undeniable. Something that forces their hand. The mistress whispered. He keeps everything. Photos, videos, files. He has a storage unit. Marcus turned to her sharply. Where? She hesitated. On the east side, near the river. Unit 47. We drove there that afternoon. The storage facility was quiet. Rows of metal doors stretching endlessly. The air smelled of rust and dust. Unit 47 was locked. Marcus picked it. The door creaked open. Inside, boxes stacked high. Labeled. Organized. Too organized. We opened the first box. Photos. Dozens. Women. Some smiling. Some crying. Some bruised. My daughter gasped. Oh my God. The second box. Tapes. Old VHS. Labeled with dates. Marcus slid one into a portable player. The screen flickered. There he was. My son-in-law. Sitting in a chair. Talking to the camera. Underscore, they think I'm weak. They think I'll let them walk away. But I don't forget. I don't forgive. Underscore. I felt my stomach twist. The mistress whispered. He records everything. It's his trophy. The third box. Documents. Contracts. Bank statements. Legal papers. Marcus flipped through them. He's laundering money. Using shell companies. This isn't just personal, it's criminal. I whispered, this is enough. This has to be enough. But then my daughter froze. She was holding a photo. It was me, taken from behind, at the cemetery. And next to me, Rachel, alive. I stared at it. My chest tightened. This can't be. Marcus examined it. Date stamp says 1993. My daughter looked at me. Mom, what happened in 1993? I couldn't breathe. My hand shook. I don't know, but I did. I remembered the funeral, the whispers, the man in the photograph, and the secret I'd buried. Marcus grabbed my arm. What aren't you telling us? I whispered, he knows. He knows everything. Before I could explain, my daughter's phone buzzed. A new voicemail. From him. Underscore. You found the unit. Good. That means you're ready. But you still don't know the truth. Ask her. Ask your mother. She's been lying to you for 32 years. Underscore. My daughter turned to me, tears streaming. Mom, is it true? I couldn't answer. Because the truth was darker than anything she imagined. And if you've ever carried a secret so heavy it threatened to destroy everything you loved, you know the weight pressing down on me in that moment. Marcus whispered, we need to leave. Now. We packed the boxes, loaded them into the car, drove away. But as we pulled onto the highway, headlights appeared behind us. Too close. Too fast. My daughter gripped the wheel. It's him. The car swerved. Accelerated. Marcus shouted, drive. The mistress screamed. I clutched the envelope, the photos, the tapes. My heart pounded. The car behind us rammed into our bumper. Metal screeched. Tires skidded. We spun. For exactly 47 seconds, I thought we were going to die. But we didn't. We stopped. Shaking. Breathless. The other car sped away. Marcus exhaled. He's sending a message. I whispered, what now? My daughter looked at me. Her eyes were filled with fear and something else. Determination. We fight, she said. We don't run anymore. Marcus nodded. Then we need allies. People who'll listen. People who'll act. I whispered, who? He looked at me. The detective. Harris. He's not convinced. But if we show him this, he'll have no choice. We drove back to the station. Harris watched the tapes. The photos. The documents. His face changed. This, he whispered. This is bigger than I thought. He leaned back. But it's complicated. I slammed my hand on the desk. Stop saying that. He's dangerous. He's killing people. He's destroying lives. You have to act. Harris stared at me. You don't understand. He's connected. Judges. Lawyers. Politicians. If I move too fast, I'll lose everything. And so will you. My daughter whispered. So what do we do? Harris looked at us. You disappear until I can build a case. Until I can protect you. I shook my head. We can't disappear. He'll find us. Harris leaned forward. Then you fight. But you fight smart. You gather more. You expose him, piece by piece, until he has nowhere to hide. Marcus nodded. We can do that. But I knew the cost. Because every secret we uncovered was another wound. Another betrayal. Another truth that could destroy us. And the next truth was mine. It was 3:11 a.m. when I woke up to the sound of something faint. Not footsteps. Not whispers. A hum. Low. Mechanical. I sat up, heart pounding. My daughter was asleep in the next room. Marcus had insisted we rest, but I couldn't. The weight of the envelope, the tapes, the photos, it all pressed down on me. The hum grew louder. I slid off the bed, my bruises aching, my ribs screaming. I crouched low, pressing my ear to the floorboards. That's when I heard it. A steady pulse. Electronic. Coming from beneath me. I pulled the blanket aside, dropped to the floor, reached under the bed. My fingers brushed cold metal. I froze. I pulled out slowly. A small black device. No bigger than a matchbox. A blinking red light. A GPS tracker. I stared at it, my chest tight. He knew where we were. He'd always known. Marcus burst into the room. What happened? I held it up. He's tracking us. Marcus swore under his breath. We should have checked sooner. My daughter appeared in the doorway, her face pale. How long has it been there? I whispered, long enough. Marcus grabbed the device, examined it. This isn't cheap. It's military grade. He's serious. My daughter's voice shook. What do we do? Marcus looked at me. We use it. I frowned. Use it. He nodded. If he thinks he knows where you are, we can set a trap. Feed him false locations. Make him slip. I whispered, that's dangerous. Marcus leaned closer. So, is running. We sat around the kitchen table, the tracker between us. The mistress paced, her hands trembling. He won't stop. He never stops. You don't understand. He enjoys this. My daughter snapped. Then help us stop him. The mistress froze. Tears filled her eyes. You think I haven't tried? I've been trapped for years. Every time I thought I could leave, he pulled me back. Marcus interrupted. We don't have time for guilt. We need action. He connected the tracker to his laptop. The screen lit up with coordinates. Our location. Every movement logged. Marcus smirked. He's watching. Good. Let's give him a show. We drove that night. Not far. Just enough to make him think we were moving. Marcus manipulated the signal, sending false pings. But I couldn't shake the feeling. The paranoia. The eyes on us. At 4:47 a.m., my daughter's phone buzzed. A voicemail. From him. Nice try. But I'm still ahead. My daughter dropped the phone. He knows. Marcus cursed. He's smarter than I thought. I whispered, what now? Marcus looked at me. Now we dig deeper. He's hiding something bigger. Something we haven't seen yet. The mistress spoke softly. There's another unit. We all turned to her. She swallowed hard. Not just the one by the river. He has another. A private one. Hidden. That's where he keeps the worst of it. Marcus leaned forward. Where? She hesitated. I don't know the exact address, but I know the name. Blackwood Storage. Marcus typed quickly. Found it. On the outskirts. Remote. No cameras. Perfect for hiding. My daughter whispered, we have to go. I shook my head. It's too dangerous. Marcus looked at me. Dangerous is the point. If we don't, he wins. We drove at dawn. The sky was gray, heavy with rain. The road stretched endlessly. My daughter gripped the wheel, her knuckles white. Blackwood Storage loomed ahead. Rusted gates. Faded signs. Empty silence. We entered. Unit 13. Locked. Marcus picked it. The door creaked open. Inside, darkness. Dust. Silence. We stepped in. Flashlights cut through the gloom. Boxes. Shelves. Files. And then something else. A chair. In the center. Facing us. On it. A recorder. Marcus pressed play. My son-in-law's voice filled the room. Calm. Cold. You think you're clever. You think you're safe. But you're not. Every step you take, I'm there. Every secret you hide, I know. And when the time comes, you'll understand why I did it. The recorder clicked off. My daughter whispered. He knew we'd come. Marcus scanned the room. Look for evidence. Anything. We searched. Papers. Photos. More recordings. Then I found it. A folder. Labeled with my name. I opened it. Inside, documents. Old. From 1993. My breath caught. A man's face stared back at me. Familiar. Haunting. My daughter looked over my shoulder. Who is he? I whispered. Your father. She froze. What? I closed the folder. My hand shook. He's not who you think he was. Marcus grabbed the folder. Explain. I whispered. He wasn't just a victim. He was part of it. The lies. The betrayal. The secrets. And your husband, he knows. My daughter's eyes filled with tears. Mom, what did you do? I couldn't answer. Because the truth was too heavy. Too dangerous. Too devastating. Marcus whispered. We need to leave. Now. We packed the evidence. Ran to the car. But as we pulled out, headlights appeared. Too close. Too fast. My daughter gripped the wheel. It's him. The car swerved. Accelerated. Marcus shouted, drive. The mistress screamed. I clutched the folder, the tracker, the evidence. My heart pounded. The car behind us rammed into our bumper. Metal screeched. Tires skidded. We spun. For exactly 47 seconds, I thought we were going to die. But we didn't. We stopped. Shaking. Breathless. The other car sped away. Marcus exhaled. He's sending a message. I whispered, what now? My daughter looked at me. Her eyes were filled with fear and something else. Determination. We fight, she said. We don't run anymore. Marcus nodded. Then we need allies. People who'll listen. People who'll act. I whispered, who? He looked at me. The detective. Harris. He's not convinced. But if we show him this, he'll have no choice. We drove back to the station. Harris watched the tapes. The photos. The documents. His face changed. This, he whispered. This is bigger than I thought. He leaned back. But it's complicated. I slammed my hand on the desk. Stop saying that. He's dangerous. He's killing people. He's destroying lives. You have to act. Harris stared at me. You don't understand. He's connected. Judges. Lawyers. Politicians. If I move too fast, I'll lose everything. And so will you, my daughter whispered. So what do we do? Harris looked at us. You disappear until I can build the case. Until I can protect you. I shook my head. We can't disappear. He'll find us. Harris leaned forward. Then you fight. But you fight smart. You gather more. You expose him, piece by piece, until he has nowhere to hide. Marcus nodded. We can do that. But I knew the cost. Because every secret we uncovered was another wound. Another betrayal. Another truth that could destroy us. And the next truth was mine. It was 12:09 a.m. when I found it. The house was silent. Marcus had gone to meet Detective Harris in secret. My daughter was asleep, curled up on the couch, clutching her phone like it was a lifeline. The mistress had locked herself in the guest room, whispering prayers I couldn't hear. I couldn't sleep. My ribs ached. My mind raced. So I wandered. That's when I saw it. An old leather-bound book tucked beneath my daughter's blanket. Her diary. I froze. Part of me wanted to put it back. Respect her privacy. Pretend I hadn't seen it. But another part, the part that had been beaten, betrayed, hunted, knew I couldn't. Not anymore. I opened it. The first page was harmless. Scribbles. Notes. Dreams. But the second page, it was dated 6 months ago. Asterisk. He says Mom doesn't understand. He says she's hiding things. He says if I help him, we'll be free. Asterisk. My chest tightened. I flipped to the next entry. Asterisk. Tonight, he showed me the plan. He says it's the only way. He says Mom will never see it coming. Asterisk. My hand shook. The words blurred. I kept reading. Asterisk. The envelope is proof. If she opens it, everything changes. He says I have to choose. Him or her. Asterisk. I dropped the diary. My breath caught. She knew. She knew about the envelope. She knew about the plan. And she hadn't told me. I picked it up again, desperate. Asterisk. I don't know if I can do it. But if I don't, he says he'll make me disappear. He says he's done it before. Asterisk. Tears fill my eyes. My daughter. My own daughter. Torn between me and him. I flipped further. Asterisk. Marcus can't be trusted. He used to work for him. He says he's helping us, but I think he's helping himself. I don't know who to believe anymore. Asterisk. My stomach twisted. Marcus. The man who'd been guiding us. protecting us. Was he part of this too? I turn another page. Asterisk. If Mom finds out, she'll hate me. But I can't stop now. The plan is already in motion. Asterisk. I slammed the diary shut. My hands trembled. The room spun. I whispered, "What plan?" Then I heard it. A creak. I turned. My daughter stood in the doorway. Her eyes wide. Her face pale. "You read it," she whispered. I couldn't speak. She stepped closer. "Mom, I didn't want you to know." I held up the diary. "You were working with him." She shook her head violently. "No, not like that. I was scared. He manipulated me. He made me write those things." I whispered, "But you knew. You knew about the envelope. You knew about the plan." Tears streamed down her face. I didn't know what to do. I thought if I pretended to go along, he'd leave us alone. "Il sert de here." And did he? She collapsed to the floor. "No, he never does." Silence filled the room. Heavy, suffocating. Then her phone buzzed. A voicemail. From him. Marcus wasn't here. The mistress was asleep. It was just us. She pressed play. His voice filled the room. Calm. Cold. Underscore she knows now. Good. That means it's time. Tell her the truth. Or I will. Underscore. My daughter sobbed. Mom, I didn't want this. I whispered, what truth? She looked at me. Her eyes hollow. About Dad. About 1993. About what you did. My chest tightened. No. She nodded. Yes. I felt the room closing in. The diary. The envelope. The recordings. The tracker. It all pointed to one thing. Me. I whispered, he's using you. He's twisting everything. She shook her head. No, Mom. He's right. You've been hiding something. And I need to know. I couldn't breathe. Because she was right. I've been hiding something. Something I swore I'd never tell. Something that could destroy us all. And if you've ever carried a secret so heavy it threatened to crush you, you know the silence that followed. I whispered, not now. Not like this. She grabbed my arm. Then because he's not going to stop. He'll keep pushing until you break. Il sert de here. My daughter. My blood. My betrayal. And I realized he wasn't just after me. He was after us. Marcus returned at dawn. His face pale. His hands shaking. What happened? He asked. I handed him the diary. He read. His jaw tightened. This changes everything, he whispered. I asked how. He looked at me. Because now it's not just him. It's her too. My daughter sobbed. No, I'm not part of this. Marcus shook his head. You wrote it. You planned it. Whether you meant to or not, you're in it. I whispered. So what do we do? Marcus looked at me. His eyes dark. We find the rest of the plan before he uses it against us. But what we found next was worse than anything we imagined. Because hidden inside the diary, taped to the back cover, was a photograph of me, standing beside a man. The man from 1993. And written on the back, in my son-in-law's handwriting, underscore the truth always comes out. Underscore, it was 10:37 p.m. when I made the choice. Marcus had warned me not to go alone. My daughter begged me to stay. The mistress whispered that it was suicide, but I couldn't ignore the gnawing suspicion in my chest. He was planning something, and I needed proof. So I followed. The GPS tracker had been feeding false signals for days, but tonight, one ping stood out. A motel, on the edge of town. Cheap, dirty, the kind of place where secrets rot in silence. I parked across the street. My ribs still ached, but adrenaline drowned the pain. I gripped my camera, the same one I'd used years ago for family photos. Tonight, it would capture betrayal. At 11:02 p.m., headlights appeared. His car. My son-in-law. He stepped out, calm, confident. The mistress followed. Not the one who'd crawled out of the vent. Another. Younger. Nervous. My stomach twisted. How many were there? They entered the motel. Room 14. I waited. Minutes passed. Then the door cracked open. Voices spilled out. I crept closer. My heart pounded. Through the lens, I saw them. Sitting on the bed. Papers spread across the sheets. I zoomed in. Bank statements. contracts, photos, and then my daughter's face. Printed, marked, circled in red. I froze. He was planning something against her. Against us. I snapped photos, one after another. My hands shook, but I kept going. Then I heard it. His voice. Calm. Cold. She thinks she's safe. She thinks Marcus can protect her. But Marcus is mine. He always has been. My chest tightened. Marcus. The man who claimed to be helping us. Was he still working for him? I snapped another photo. The mistress spoke. What if she finds out? He laughed. She already knows too much. That's why we ended soon. My breath caught. In it, I snapped another photo. Then the door opened wider. He stepped out. I ducked behind a vending machine. My heart raced. He lit a cigarette. Exhaled slowly. His eyes scanned the parking lot. I held my breath. He turned back inside. I exhaled. But then my phone buzzed. A message. From him. Nice camera. Smile for me. My blood ran cold. He knew. I dropped the phone. Grabbed the camera. Ran to the car. But as I started the engine, headlights blinded me. Another car. Blocking the exit. I froze. The door opened. Marcus stepped out. My stomach twisted. Marcus. He walked toward me, calm, deliberate. You shouldn't be here, he said. I whispered. You're working with him. Marcus didn't answer. Instead, he opened my car door. Give me the camera. I clutched it tighter. No. He leaned closer. His voice low. If you don't, he'll kill her. My chest tightened. My daughter? Marcus nodded. He's already planned it. The motel is just the beginning. I whispered. Why are you doing this? Marcus's eyes were hollow. Because I owe him. Because he owns me. Because if I don't, I'm next. I shook my head. No, you can fight this. You can help us. Marcus stepped back. It's too late. He turned. Walked back to the other car. I gripped the camera. My hand shook. I whispered, not too late. I drove off. Fussed. The photos burned in my mind. The papers. The plans. The betrayal. I reached the safe house at 12:47 a.m. My daughter was waiting. She saw the camera. What did you find? I handed it to her. Proof. She flipped through the photos. Her face paled. He's planning to kill me. I whispered yes. She collapsed. Mom, what do we do? I held her. We fight. Marcus wasn't far behind. At 1:14 a.m., he arrived. His face pale. His hands empty. He looked at us. You don't understand. He's bigger than this. He's connected. If you go against him, you'll lose. I whispered. Then we lose together. Marcus shook his head. No, you don't get it. He doesn't just want you. He wants everything. The inheritance. The house. The secrets from 1993. All of it. My daughter whispered, why? Marcus looked at me. Because of what you did. I froze. My daughter turned to me. Mom, what did you do? I couldn't answer. Because the truth was too heavy. Too dangerous. Too devastating. Marcus whispered. Tell her. Before he does. I shook my head. Not now. But then my daughter's phone buzzed. A video message. She pressed play. The screen flickered. It was footage. Of me. From 1993. Standing beside the man in the photograph. Smiling. And my son-in-law's voice filled the room. She's been lying to you. All these years. And now it's time you knew. My daughter dropped the phone. Her face pale. Her eyes hollow. Mom, is it true? I couldn't breathe. Because it was. And the truth would destroy us all. 3 months later, I was sitting in a courtroom. The air was heavy, suffocating. The walls seemed to close in. My daughter sat across from me, her hands folded, her eyes hollow. Marcus was beside her, pale and trembling. The mistress sat in the back, silent, her face unreadable. And him, my son-in-law, stood at the defense table, calm, confident, smiling like he'd already won. The judge entered. The gavel struck. Silence fell. The prosecutor began. Evidence laid out piece by piece. The bruises. The bracelet. The GPS tracker, the diary, the storage units, the recordings, the photos, every secret, every betrayal, every wound. The jury listened. Some gasped. Some shook their heads. Then it was her turn. My daughter. She stood, walked to the witness stand. Her hands trembled. Her voice cracked. But she spoke. She told them everything. The night of the attack, the voicemails, the diary entries, the plan, the fear, the lies. And then she looked at me. Mom, she said softly, you've been hiding something, and I need to tell them. My chest tightened. The courtroom froze. She continued. In 1993, my mother made a choice. A choice that changed everything. She buried the truth. She thought it would protect us. But it didn't. It only gave him power. Gasps filled the room. I couldn't breathe. The prosecutor asked, what truth? My daughter's eyes filled with tears. That the man who disappeared wasn't just a victim. He was connected to us. To me. To her. And she never told me. The judge leaned forward. Is this true? All eyes turned to me. I stood slowly. My legs shook. My voice trembled. Yes, I whispered. It's true. The room erupted. I closed my eyes. In 1993, I was young, naive. I trusted the wrong man. He promised me safety. He promised me love. But he lied. And when I found out, I buried it. I thought if I hid it, it would die with him. But it didn't. It lived. In her husband. In his lies. In this courtroom. Silence fell again. My daughter sobbed. Why didn't you tell me? I whispered. Because I wanted to protect you. But I see now. Hiding the truth doesn't protect anyone. It destroys them. The judge struck the gavel. Order. The prosecutor pressed on. So this man, your son-in-law, used that secret against you? I nodded. Yes. He weaponized it. He twisted it. He made it his power. And now, he's trying to destroy us with it. The jury leaned forward. The defense tried to object. Tried to spin. Tried to twist. But the evidence was too strong. The recordings, the photos, the diary, the tracker, the bruises, the truth. Hours passed. Testimonies, arguments, silence. Then the verdict. The judge's voice was steady. Guilty. The room erupted. My son-in-law's smile vanished. His eyes darkened. His hands clenched. He turned to me. This isn't over. The guards dragged him away. Marcus collapsed. The mistress sobbed. My daughter stared at me, her eyes hollow. I whispered, it's over. But it wasn't. Not really. Because the truth doesn't end in a courtroom. It lingers. Weeks passed. Months. We tried to rebuild. Try to breathe. Try to live. But the scars remained. Some nights, I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, hearing his voice. Underscore, you think you're safe. You're not. Underscore. Other nights, I dreamed of Rachel, of 1993, of the man I buried in silence. And my daughter, she tried to forgive me, tried to understand. But the distance between us grew. We spoke less. We smiled less. We lived less. Until one day, a letter arrived. No return address. Inside, a single line. Underscore, the truth doesn't die. It waits. Underscore. I stared at it. My chest tightened. Because I knew. It wasn't over. It never would be.